Hi, my name is Aiden, and in this video I want to talk about paragons and Bloons TD6 and a tool that I made to help players understand them. So, what is Bloons TD6? Bloons TD6 is a tower defense game in which you use monkeys to defeat the incoming waves of balloons. You can spend in-game cash earned from popping these balloons to buy more monkeys or upgrade the monkeys that you've already placed. Each monkey has 3 upgrade paths with 5 tiers each, but you can only have one monkey upgraded to each tier 5 upgrade. There are also heroes, which instead upgrade themselves throughout the game. You select your hero before entering a game, and can only place one at a time. There are a large number of combinations of heroes, monkeys, and upgrades, which add a lot of variety to the gameplay. As for the goal of the game, each map has a number of challenges and difficulties. You win the game by reaching a certain round based on the difficulty. For example, you win easy difficulty after beating round 40, but on hard difficulty you win after beating round 80. Once you win, you are given the opportunity to enter free play, where the goal is to last as long as possible against increasingly difficult waves of balloons. There are also boss events, where you are challenged to fight super strong boss balloons that have special abilities. So what do you need for free play? Free play runs mostly revolve around a few things: banana farms, paragons, and the vengeful true sun god. First off, banana farms allow exponential scaling of cash and are vital to your ability to afford the most powerful towers. There are many videos on how to use banana farms, including this one by Alex on Science, called The Mathematics of Banana Farms, where he dives into the mathematics behind the efficiency of banana farms. It's a great video, and I recommend checking it out sometime. As for the vengeful true sun god, it is by far the most powerful tier 5 tower, even being stronger and more expensive than a few paragons. However, its method of creation and in-game behavior is different from paragons, so we won't be discussing it here. Paragons are the strongest towers available to us, being a fusion of all 3 tier 5 upgrades for that tower. Their strength is further increased by several factors, culminating in the degree of the paragon, which is a rank from 1 to 100, with 100 being the strongest. However, paragons are very expensive, even with a large number of upgraded banana farms, and trying to get one to degree 100 will cost several times as much as the original price. Buying a paragon is an important and pivotal moment in a late game run, so it's important to know what you're getting. As a result, I created a tool to help players understand the system by which paragon degree is calculated. Before I talk about the calculator, a quick disclaimer. I got most of the data for my calculator from the Bloons fandom wiki, which I will leave a link to in the description. I know that fandom isn't always the most accurate source of information, but it's what I got, and from what I tested, the data that I used is accurate. So with that out of the way, what does the tool do? First, we need to figure out, how do you make a paragon? All paragons require one of each tier 5 upgrade for that tower. For example, I'll use the boomerang monkey paragon, the Glaive Dominus. To make it, you need towers with each of the Glaive Lord, Permacharge, and Moab Domination upgrades. Now we'll go into sandbox mode here. You see Glaive Lord, Permacharge. There's no option to upgrade them further until I buy Moab Domination, and then we have the ability to purchase the Glaive Dominus. And with only those 3, it gives us a degree 1 paragon. To increase the degree, we will need sacrifices. When a paragon is purchased, all towers of that type are sacrificed. The degree of the paragon is directly influenced by the power of certain parameters associated with these sacrifices. These parameters are upgrades on sacrificed towers, not including the 3 tier 5 towers, the cost of the sacrificed towers, cash directly injected into the paragon upon purchase using the cash slider, pops accumulated by sacrificed towers, the income generated by sacrificed towers if applicable, the number of additional tier 5 towers, which applies only to multiplayer. As in multiplayer, each player is able to purchase their own set of tier 5 towers. And then additionally, if the hero Geraldo is being used, you can buy paragon power totems from his shop, which also add power to the next paragon purchased. So here is the cash slider. You saw this just a second ago when I purchased the paragon. You can increase this slider up to, I think, 315% the original cost of the paragon. And then this Geraldo and this is the paragon power totems. That's what they look like. Each of these parameters have a maximum amount of power that they can offer, which is sometimes affected by the other parameters, so it is important to know when additional investment won't add value. This is one of the main reasons why I wanted to make the tool, as cutting overspending is the easiest way to save money. There is also the matter of cost efficiency. For example, Geraldo's power totems are not especially cost effective compared to other parameters, but without them, you can only get a degree 91 paragon in single player, due to not having those extra tier 5 towers from other players. I created my tool to help with this as well, since cost efficiency is important, especially when dealing with such expensive towers. Pops and income from sacrifice towers are the most cost effective, as they provide power without costing any money, but can be slow to build up, especially when other powerful towers are present to pop the balloons first. I've mentioned it a lot up to this point, so you may be wondering, what does degree actually do? The degree of a paragon affects the damage, attack speed, and pierce of its attacks, as well as the cooldown of any activated abilities it has. Passive abilities, such as buffs to other monkeys, are usually not affected by degree, so it can sometimes be worth saving money and getting a degree 1 if you are buying the paragon for its passive abilities. More power means a higher degree, but each degree requires more power than the previous degree. Basically, power is less efficient as the degree increases, as you can see with this graph. Now that we know about the process of creating paragons, let's see an example of the tool in action. Alright, so I got the calculator here. Got Glaive Dominus, medium difficulty. The parameters I showed you before are all here. I just got them all set to 0, so it's a degree 1, 0 power. Got some statistics down here on the output, so go over these. You got the power from, these are each of the sections that get capped, so the maximum amount of power that you can get in total is 200,000, and each of these sections, like power from tier 5 towers and from non-tier 5 upgrades, are just themselves, but from pops and income, they're counted together, as are the ones for the upgrade costs and the cash injection are together. And I showed that down here with the cost of the current injection. Where is it? Here we go. Max impactful cash injection. So, including the cost of the sacrifice towers, it'll tell you, because usually you won't have to use the entire cash slider when you make the paragon. Excuse me, sorry. So we got some power per cash, degree per cash spent, power per degree, power for next degree. This is mostly to help you if you see you're close. See if it's worth it to maybe go another round when you otherwise wouldn't have, in order to maybe get enough power. Then we got the stats for the paragon. The Glaive Dominus has a few attacks. You know, he's got a normal attack. He's got those things that orbit around him. Then he's got like a special attack against the really big balloons. That'll push him back. And then he buffs all other primary monkeys, including other paragons, which is important. I don't think I mentioned before, but paragons don't get the vast majority of buffs that most monkeys are able to get. They mostly only get buffs from like other paragons, so being able to buff paragons is kind of important. But you see, you can use the sliders. Let's see. I've got an example set up here. I've got 17 guys with 6 upgrades on them, alongside our tier 5 towers. This is in sandbox mode, so they have no pops on them. Sorry if this is a bit scuffed. Sorry. I keep needing to cough. We are off script, in case that wasn't painfully obvious. So we've got 17 of these guys with the with 4 upgrades on them. Not 4, 6 upgrades on them. So that's 17 times 6, 102. So that's more than 100. Here we've got the cost of those guys. I just throw that in here. And that's... Sorry, I keep muting because I need to cough. I'm sorry. But that would give us a degree 29, according to the calculator. Let's see. It looks like we're really close to the next degree. So if we wanted to just put like a little bit of cash into it, say like 30,000. And then run it. That gets us like degree, pretty good amount of degree for only putting in a little bit of extra cash. And you can see the damage increasing as well here. Oh yeah, all paragons have extra damage against bosses, so they're really good in boss events. I think I mentioned those earlier. I guess I can show you in game. Cash injection. So max impact, full cash injection. Just grab that, throw it in there. So 669,333. Calculator says it's going to give us a degree 61 paragon. Checking the game. See, it goes up a lot higher than we need. 66,900. That should still get us degree we need. 291. Should still get us degree 61. Yeah. There it is, 61. So, I suppose I can go into some of the code behind it. The imports, I mean, that's not a lot in there. Necessary functions. Right now, this is mostly just just for displaying this part, the paragon stats. Let's see. We've got Google Colab has this very nice thing that lets you make forms. So that's how this works. Is just this part here. It reads some CSV files that I made using my other. Yes, runtime disconnected. I know. Using my other thing here. This is where I got where I put the data that I got from the wiki. And so then it'll take that. Here's where it calculates the power, is right here. This is the final power. Some display stuff for displaying stuff like power per cache, degree per cache, the max cache injection. I think it's pretty interesting. A lot of room to play around with these numbers. Yeah, thank you for watching.